Hi, Epic 3 owners. Today I want to give you some tips on getting your embroidery unit set up. So first of all, when you take it out of the package, you're going to have your embroidery unit. And it doesn't have a clip or anything like the other units did, just so you know. So what I want to show you is, first of all, how to put the unit on. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to be right here, and then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pop that and it'll come out, and that's where the connectors are. So if you actually take a little look back underneath, you can see the little posts and where the connections are going to be made. So then I'm going to come over here, and I want to just get it. You got a centering line here and here, and so you're going to want to center that, and then it'll drop right in. Except for when I'm on the video, that won't happen exactly like that. All right, so now we have this guy on, and of course I'm going to get the pop-up that says, do you want to calibrate, just like I used to in the old days. All right, so that's fine and good, you know what that does, but you want to be really careful setting up because it's much larger than what we had before. So key things to remember is this needs to be flat. Your surface needs to be flat for this to make the connection. If the pop-up doesn't come up that says you got to calibrate, then you probably don't have it on a totally level surface. So that is one of the really key issues. All right, so we have gigantic hoops. So the other thing you're going to find in your embroidery unit are these two tables, extension tables. And then you're also going to find this table, okay? And these are in your embroidery unit bag. They came with the machine. So the first thing I want to show you is how to put on this. So this table is to cover up the free arm. So if I was right here and I wanted to embroider a hat, a onesie, or something small that needed to slide down under the free arm, you're going to embroider like this. But if you're not going to be using the free arm, you're going to want to use this table first. So the way to put the table on is kind of crazy, but it goes on, believe it or not, and you are going to put it on after you have the unit on. So the main thing is you're going to be lining things up, and you're going to have to give that a little bit of raise to get it to slide over the back of the machine. So I'm going to move it over a little closer, and I almost have it in, but not quite. And you can see it's not quite in, so I'm going to come over here with my hand and go, and it's going to pop right in. Now, I have made that very hard on several occasions, but you saw how easy that was going to go in. Likewise, if you want to take it off, I'm practicing on this. So you're going to come over here and grab down here at this end and just lift up and push. It is as simple as that. I know you've seen me wrestle with it, but it is as simple as that. Okay, so that gets that, and I am going to put it back in there. All right. The next thing you have is you have two little wings, whatever you want to call them, that came in your box as well. So the first thing we want to do is identify which one is the front and which one is the back. So if you read the instructions, it tells you the edge with the more angle on both of them goes on the left. So that has now told me which side is the front and which side is the back. And what I did, so I don't have to think so much, is I took my two pieces and I put B with a Sharpie and an F on the other one. So B for back, F for front. So what you're going to do, we'll start with the front. I'm going to open this up, maybe. Okay. And then you're going to look, and you have these little clips right here. So I'm going to come over to my table, and I'm going to come back here like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide, Okay, I'm gonna shut those first. Sorry, do it this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna slide, and then when I feel them get into the groove, so I'm gonna just slide it like that. And then for me, after I have it up, it's easier to pop that table down. So the back one's gonna go on exactly like this one. When you're done using it, you'll flip it up and slide it off. Just like that. All right. So you're gonna use the two wings when we use the bigger hoops. So by that I mean the 465 by the 265. You just need the support for those bigger hoops, and that's what the purposes of these are. You don't have to use them all the time, but that is the general purpose for those. So you might need to move your machine a little farther back. So take all that consideration when you're doing it. So I want to show one more thing, and that's over here on this, on the attachment. So if you want to put one of your hoops on, I'm going to come down here to my Epic 3 hoops. Oh, I got something else to talk about. And so things look a lot different than they did before. So we have these two little places where the pins are going to go. And all we're going to do is drop it over and push it down. And you want to make sure that snaps into place. And if you want to know why I'm saying that, just give me a shout out and I'll tell you what happened to me at convention. But actually the embroidery was still fine. So to remove these, you're going to push that and just lift it straight up. It's a whole lot easier to do. Now, the other thing that's in your embroidery unit, in case you weren't paying attention, is this little extension. And you'll notice that this is the adapter that fits all the other hoops that you already own. So for the time being, as of November 16th, we're only using the hoops that came with, the 4 hoops that came with our embroidery unit. On the next update, the use of this will be activated on the machine and you will be able to use it. Okay, so that's my rundown. One more thing. There's always one more thing, Gerald. Your embroidery unit has its own set of firmware. So when I put my embroidery unit on today for the very first time, I got a pop-up that said the software on your embroidery unit needs to be updated. And it'll do it just like you get a machine one. But so don't be freaking out if you get that message. It can take an update as well as the machine. Okay, that's my Epic 3 embroidery tricks for today. Ciao.